All puppets dream, but not equally.
Yeah, that's real pretty and all, Max, but are we gonna play this game or what?
Alright, well, let's talk a little about the Uncharted 3 multiplayer.
Good, playing the game.
Right, we're getting into it.
So, I liked it a lot. I think the buddy system was honestly the best part.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise it was, there was a lot of frustrating things, just like any shooter. Like, you're aiming at somebody, you think you're getting them in the head, and then they just punch you in the face.
Right. Well, and the melee system seemed a little off and on, just because, a lot of times you would run up and you weren't really clear on what your health is, depending on the grayness of your screen at the time. And then somebody hits you, or you hit them first and they hit you back, and you're the one dead.
Right.
Which is uncommon for a lot of shooters.
Right here is one of the best things, in my opinion, is the blind fire.
Yeah, well, you take advantage of the blind fire. I was using it pretty good there.
Yeah, the blind fire is it's great.
They got me at the good end, though.
Well.
A lot of times. I clipped out a lot of the death, so that's why we don't have much footage.
Yeah. But we, we had a lot of problems, I think, with the people that we were playing against, because some of those guys have been playing for like 3 months, and we had it just became available.
Well, we got the subway.
Yeah. So we had it, we're all level 1s, and we're playing against these guys that are level 31. It's like punching kittens. I mean,
yeah, really... they had a huge advantage, and they were working together. And we bumped into a few clans out there.
Yes.
And they were working together pretty tight.
Yes, and the one thing I think that sucked, and there was a lot of, D-bagging going on, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not T, but with a D.
Yeah.
Baggery. Because those guys knew where the spawning points were, and
it seemed it.
It really was like, what?
Yeah.
It was just, it seemed like you'd run 2 feet and it was like dead.
Well, one of the things I like is in all the multiplayer maps there was like these stages.
Oh.
Like there you see the train go by. They all had some sort of event that would happen, like me getting sniped is a big event. But it's some sort of event that would go on throughout the map that would throw things off. The plane sweeping through and kind of shooting everybody. The train,
there was a dust storm.
They could kill people. Right, a dust storm.
Yeah.
The starting off on the train. Or here, starting off on the trucks trying to get into the plane for the first section.
Truck to
that was really cool. This is one of my favorite parts, was doing this.
Definitely. It was a really interesting opening, and it was neat because it was like 2 sections. Like you had this section where you're running and you're jumping from, truck to truck, and then, it goes into this whole other area where
you missed the truck too.
Well, when you get run over and it's kind of hysterical.
Yeah, I missed.
You road kill. And then you get into something like this where it's like a tight multiplayer, map with lots of different... It's more about height, I noticed, in this game, and less about area.
Yeah, well, you run around a map, and that's very true. You run around a map, and you see, well, wait, this seems really small. Well, there's a lot of places I'm not able to go, it seems, and I'm repeating. But
everything's so interactive.
You get to get vertical. You have to get vertical in the game.
Absolutely. And there's so many things like you were able to shut those garage doors, or... little interesting places you can kind of duck through and kind of come back around and behind somebody and
stealth kill.
you can get the drop on somebody, and it's pretty cool. There's some really well done maps. Oh, here's the plane.
The planes that would come through again.
Yep.
And again.
Yep.
And just again and again and again and again.
Now with some of the other ones, this one not so much, not this map so much, but I did notice getting lost was pretty easy because so many of the areas, especially in like the
good run for your life.
The smaller areas, the older kind of city-looking ones, everything looks so similar that I was getting lost.
You do. You're like, well, wait, is this the way to go? Is left the way to go? This one was pretty good. The airport was pretty good.
Right.
The train station wasn't bad because you had the trains to base yourself on. There's the train tracks to go through.
The one thing that was difficult was there was no radar in this.
Right.
So it was very easy. Like, you'd be kind of in a hidey hole trying to...
Well, overall, though, what do you think?
Oh, I loved it.
It's very actiony. It's not your standard shooter, and at a time when you're facing this battle between Battlefield and Call of Duty, which to go with, try Uncharted.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that's a wrap. See you next time, guys.
See ya.